from the school Wi-Fi. There we go. We're walking home today. So it'll be a little bit of a longer stream, and bonus, I can read chat. I'm hoping you guys can't hear that music in the background, because that means that my stream might get muted. But yeah, we just had a pep rally because our homecoming football game is tonight. Our homecoming dance is tomorrow. So, you know, it'll be my first homecoming actually, because the first year I was camping. The second year, I was camping. The third year, my parents were out of town, and they didn't think it was fair to ask my Grammy to bring me to homecoming on a day where there was a lot going on. I'm so dehydrated. Ooh. What else was I gonna say? That is a hawk. Dude, what? That was a hawk. I know that there are a couple living in this area. I've seen them around. Mainly when I was in like 7th grade though. Senior now. When the frozen, yeah. Today was class color day. And obviously I lost that bet, so I have to wear a wig every day. And so my class color is white. So that's why I have the white dots on my face and the 2026 on my face. I've just put it over my shoulder because I didn't want it down my neck. But yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to match class colors, but I also had to wear a wig, so figured I'd wear the white one. This is I bought this wig for a Captain Puffy cosplay like a year ago, and I've only used it for Captain Puffy once, and that video is on my YouTube. It was meant to be Mads who did the Captain Puffy in that video, but Mads broke their leg. So, you know, there's only so much you can do. Oh, my hair's sticking out. But I've used this wig for a B-Dubs cosplay. I've used this wig and originally my Paimon wig have been used for my B-Dubs cosplay. The Paimon wig is the one I usually use. And then, woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof, woof. Alright, there's a dog barking. Woof, woof, woof. And I've used it for my Salem cosplay. Not in the one video on my YouTube channel, but on a couple of TikToks that got taken down because my account got deleted. I don't know if you're still here. Hello. But if you do like the cosplay content I put on my YouTube channel, like the big collaboration videos, the CMVs, cosplay music videos, I have 3 coming up. 5 coming up. 1 should be out relatively soon, hopefully by the end of October. Three of them should be out around mid-November. And I don't know when the other one's gonna come out. And then obviously there's a couple, I say a couple, there's a lot that I'm in that are not out yet. So when they are out, I will put them in the Discord, the Pequi SMP / Jack is just a guy Discord. And they will go in, there's a little playlist on my YouTube channel called, I think, Featuring Me. And those are the videos that I have been in, that I've tracked down. I need to put a couple of Tom's videos in there. Tom's. His name isn't Tom, his name is Tom's. I have no idea what's going on back there. No idea what's going on back there. Are you still here? Oh. Hold on. There we go. I think I'll do some beat-ups cosplay when I get home.
I should chase them. I'm about to go home anyways. I'm fucking tired. Where? Megan, I love you. I will see you later. Eva, I love you too. Okay, I'll see you later.
I am dehydrated. There's a pupper up there. Oh, there's a pupper. I feel like we'd already be home by now if we were on the scooter. Oh, I'm at 10%. Yikes. Ooh. Hold on, you can't see him. Still can't see him. He's here too. We're matching. Can you hear me? You're like not responding. When I get the chance, I think I'm gonna cosplay Val from Cryptid Reborn. It's not my server, but server I'm in. But I don't have a dark blue wig, so her hair is gonna be light blue. I could also just cosplay Furious, who is their parent, their godly parent. But we don't know that in canon yet. Somkid, are you still there? Hello? Are you there? Are you there? Oh, it's hot out. Not hot out. Kind of hot out. I'm dehydrated. Oh, I feel like it's probably said that a couple times. So yeah, when we get home, we're gonna cosplay B-dubs for a couple of things that are out. No, it didn't. Okay. Sorry, my There we go. There we go. Disconnected for a minute. Hold on. I'm just gonna look something up real. We're still connected. Nope. Okay, there we go. Come on. There we go. Sorry about that. What was I saying? I have at least 4 CMVs I need to film for B-dubs. I need Mads to get in their Scott cosplay because they have a lot to film. So, hopefully they will. I need to get back into Scott cosplay and film a couple things. I need to get into Grian. And what else? I need to get into Ghosty / Caspian from Fables. And who else? I think I have like 1 or 2 Martin pieces to film. Martin from Life Series, not Martin from the Magnus Archives. And then I have a couple. I know I only need to film 1 for Caspian. I think I have 1 Scar to film, and it's Wildlife Scar. And I have... Hold on, I'll look at the list again. I have 2 to film for Doc MC from Hermitcraft. And I have 1 to film for Shovel from Empire Season 1. And I have, 1 to film for Becky Amon from Outsiders SMP. And 1 to film for Clarice from Percy Jackson. I call this my Volt wig. I don't call it that. Milo calls it that. I mean, right now it's braided, but it does kind of look like it's just like white, like wavy hair. They calls it my Volt wig, like from Date Everything. Are you still there? Hello? Am I talking to myself? No, I'm always talking to myself, to be honest. Let's be honest, guys. Oh, and I have another Grian to film for This Is Halloween. So I'm in a Halloween CMV. Go ahead. Or not. Thank you. And yeah, today I guess I'm just talking about cosplay. I have to film a couple of my Tims. Hold on. I'm trying to fix my dog tags. Because I'm doing a Faces of Tim Stoker thing, because one of my mutuals, is this guy still following me? No, okay. One of my mutuals on TikTok, like OK Cosplays or whatever, who does mostly Martin cosplays, I think, like Martin, not Life Series Martin with an I, the Magnus Archives, or Martin. I think they also do Jane, Prentice, and Sasha from the Magnus Archives, but you know. Yeah. But they're doing like a Faces of Martin Blackwood. So it's like Martin as the different fears, like as avatars of the different fears from the Magnus Archives. So obviously Martin is an avatar of the Lonely in the actual canon, but I think they've done him as the Corruption, which is so the Lonely is the fear of being forgotten, being alone, all of that stuff. It's often it often forms in the with dense fog. The color blue, I mean, is kind of associated with it. Dense fog, like clouds, stuff like that. And then you have the Eye, which is the main one in the Magnus Archives. Magnus Archives spoilers, by the way. Obviously you have the Archivist, who is the avatar of the Eye, and then you have Jonah Magnus, aka Elias Bouchard. You know what, I'm just going to explain everything. So, the Magnus Archives is a horror podcast. It's a British horror podcast. Had 5 seasons. And, yes, it should be a show adaptation. I don't know how they would do it, but whatever. I know a lot of people have tried, I know quite a few people of my friends who have tried listening to it and just weren't able to get into it because they found it boring or that it had no plot. It does have a plot, I promise. It takes a little bit. It's a little bit of a slow burn. So you have Jonathan Sims, who is actually the name of the writer of the Magnus Archives, which is fun. And he is the archivist. He's the new archivist, brand new archivist of the Magnus Institute, which is this institution in London that it investigates and takes statements of paranormal activity. And John does not believe in any of this. He thinks this is ridiculous. I think he worked in the library previously or something like that. He had been working at the Magnus Archives. And so he comes to the archives and he's like, wow, this is a mess, because the former archivist, Gertrude Robinson, left it a mess intentionally, which we find out later, so that like people can find things and such like that. And so he starts organizing the archives. And he has 3 archival assistants. That is Timothy Stoker, who I cosplay. I have cosplayed John too on my old account, and Martin. So you have Timothy Stoker, Sasha James, and Martin Blackwood. Now Martin Blackwood We love him. He's played by Alexander J. Newell, who is the CEO of the company that creates the Magnus that created the Magnus Archives podcast, Rusty Quill. He's also the DM for their tabletop gaming podcast, Rusty Quill Gaming, which was their first ever podcast, I believe. And the people who play Melanie, the person who plays the therapist, I can't remember her name, therapist in season 5, and the person who plays, Melanie, the therapist, and Elias are part of that campaign, plus like 2 other people. Well, one person quits and then the therapist comes in. We love Helen. So the Magnus Archives, back to the Magnus Archives. Martin comes in, sees John, he goes, "Have you seen a dog anywhere in the archives?" It's like, "No, why would there be a dog in the archives?" Explains that John instantly hates this man. Instantly hates him. For no reason. He's just a little guy. Hello. Good, how are you?
Is this a wig?
Yeah. School Spirit Week. Sorry. What was I saying? Instantly hates Martin for like the next 3 seasons. Now obviously I don't remember much of season 1 and 2, but so season 1, John is like, none of this is happening. This isn't real. These people are all on drugs. And then, he gets to season 2, he starts to get paranoid. And starts doing some not so okay things. He follows his archival assistants home and takes photos of their flats. Then you get to season 3, which is when we find out kind of what's going on is that there's different entities and they're evil and stuff. And so, basically these people, they're connected to the Eye now, so they can't leave the Institute. They can go home, but, Tim, tried to quit and, got sick. So, okay, we literally can't leave, we're trapped. And why? So, season 1, Tim is, Mr. Nice Guy, kind of flirty, all that fun stuff. By season 3, Tim is angry as hell. So when we first find out, when John, hold on, my camera flipped. When John, the reason, John, I think the main reason that he finds that the things are real is that he gets this statement about Jane Prentice, who's this worm lady, avatar of corruption, avatar of the corruption, so then Martin's flat gets taken over by worms, and so he stays in the archives.